Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the July pre-camp leader video. You can see the mock-up there of our camp patch. Everybody that attends camp will receive one of our 90th anniversary patches this year. As we go through this video, it's fairly brief, but I think there's a lot of key points on here, a lot of questions that are commonly asked, hopefully will be answered for you. The first section here titled Check-in Times and Procedures. You'll see that every troop is going to receive a check-in time. We'll email that to you within the next probably couple weeks. You'll get that and let you know what time to arrive. Every troop is assigned a time, so that way we don't get too crowded or backed up in our registration process. When you get there, you'll get a site guide, and they will take you through the entire registration tour, and you'll be able to ask them any specific questions about things at that time, especially if you're new. Make sure that you ask them a lot of questions so they can help you out. One thing that's really important is if you complete that pre-camp swim test, it's going to save you a lot of time in the whole process. So certainly would encourage you to do that. On Wednesday nights, we have our chicken dinner. It is also family night, so families are welcome to attend. Scouts and leaders that are in camp, there's no extra charge for that chicken dinner. However, any guests, parents, family members, etc., it is $10 per person. Those tickets can be pre-purchased before arriving at camp up until dinner time on Sunday evening. They can still be purchased at camp. So please remind your parents that if they are going to be attending and they want something to eat, go ahead and make that purchase ahead of time. Once that Sunday deadline is passed, we will not sell any more tickets. If somebody shows up Wednesday night without a ticket, we simply ask them to wait until the line has been emptied out. And then if we do have any extra chicken, we will sell additional tickets at that time. But certainly without a ticket, we can't guarantee you a meal. A lot of you have been asking about camp t-shirts. I wanted to make sure that you didn't miss out on the opportunity to buy those. You can see what the design looks like here and the main color scheme that we're going to go through. You'll be receiving a link specific to your weekend camp, and you'll be able to order very many things. There are going to be t-shirts, hoodies, sweatshirts, pullovers. I think there's some tie-dye t-shirts, which I'm sure the kids will like. But regardless, there are going to be a lot of different things that can be ordered at that time. Pre-orders will be available at pickup at registration, and as it is kind of boldly printed there at the bottom, you are strongly encouraged to pre-order because with the way things are going, still affected by COVID, we're going to have a limited supply in our trading post. So to guarantee you get your t-shirts, make sure that you pre-order, and we'll definitely have those for you ahead of time, and you can pick those up at registration. Vehicles in camp. Just a reminder to everybody, especially anybody that's new to camp, we have one vehicle per troop permitted during check-in. So if you have 6 separate parents that all have stuff and they all want to drive into camp, they're either going to have to do it one at a time, or our suggestion is always to try to load up one vehicle with as much gear as you can and just simply take that one vehicle into camp, empty it out, and bring it back out. If you need more than one vehicle, then again, just going to have to tag in and out one vehicle at a time. After Sunday dinner, all vehicles need to be out of the camp area. If you do have a trailer, you are permitted to park that and keep that in your campsite throughout the week. Otherwise, any vehicles must be in those parking lots during the week. No exceptions other than the ones listed below. Sunday, this year, our leader meeting is going to be at 4 o'clock in Hallstrom. That's a little different than in years past. We typically had it after dinner. This year, we're going to try and put it before dinner, hopefully to free up a little bit more time and not put people in as much a rush after dinner in preparation for campfire. Make sure that you have at least one of your adult leaders there in attendance, because we'll be going over any last-minute class changes, if there are any updates, any new things that may be offered that weren't originally on the schedule. Those types of things will all be talked about at that time. Every summer, we always encourage leaders to participate in our programs. And sometimes we might even try to contact you ahead of time if we know specifically we're going to be needing some extra help in some certain areas. But some of the things that we would include, or that this would include, would be if you have multiple scouts in the Trailblazers program, we would ask that you provide at least one leader to help out with the outpost on Thursday night, just providing extra supervision and so forth. If you have a leader that is particularly skilled or is a counselor in a certain merit badge that we don't offer, and he would like to provide that, or she would like to provide that, we can certainly talk about that and discuss that. The other thing is maybe they could help out and provide an additional section of a particular merit badge that we offer that has a lot of scouts already in it, just to make a couple smaller classes, or even just provide some additional help in a class that we do have. The other area we always look for assistance from the adults is supervision of the pool and lake area. While we have X amount of lifeguards, if we don't want to really have people waiting outside the pool to get in because of numbers. So if we have some extra adults there as lookouts, things along those lines, we can let everybody in at once. So typically that's not a problem, but again, we may be reaching out to you ahead of time, knowing what week you're coming in and asking you for some assistance in certain areas. Any help that you can give us, it's awesome. Tents. I know it never rains at camp, but just in case it does, Scout is prepared, and the Scout motto, obviously, be prepared. So we would encourage you to bring some tarps. Harbor Freight, this is not a plug for them, but they do have some cheap tarps, 7x9 tarps, I believe, that fit nicely over top of our tents and provide that added security if it does happen to rain. Some bad news that we do have, at least at this time. We do not currently have a shooting sports director. So we are waiting to hear back from National. We're hoping that we can get a waiver to rectify that situation. But if we don't, we just wanted to let you know that ahead of time. We don't want any surprises, last minute surprises. If any surprises, hopefully it's that we found one by the time you come to camp your week. If the situation is not resolved, we will definitely have more merit badge alternatives for the scouts to take during their scheduled time. They can take something that's already on our schedule, or like I said, we'll try to offer some new ones as well. As I mentioned at the beginning, this is just a brief video. Hopefully answered a lot of important questions that are typically asked or that have been asked by email over the last week or so. If you have anything more, please contact me directly, scott.creighton@scouting.org. If you have questions specifically pertaining to registration, payments, pre-order chicken dinners, etc., those questions should be directed to the Bucktail Council office. You see the number there. Again, we can't wait for you guys to step foot on Camp Mountain Run property. We have a great staff already lined up. We are looking forward to another awesome summer and enjoying with you as we celebrate our 90th anniversary. See you at camp.